Welcome to the Whiskey Chasers, where we talk about our passion for whiskey and its history, either amongst ourselves or while interviewing distilleries, all while enjoying a glass. I'm Steve.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Chris.
Please enjoy responsibly while enjoying this week's episode of the Whiskey Chasers.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yes.
I'm gonna pop in a cork.
We got two new bottles that none of us have had.
Yeah, brand new companies, brand new bottles, brand new everything.
And these are both Mary Picks, by the way, which we have learned that Mary Picks can be pretty good.
Yeah,
Mary Picks can be good.
Mary Picks can be
These
good.
are also ryes.
they are both ryes.
You know what? I'm struggling with this. I'm gonna have to pull out a knife. It's a good thing I have a lot of them. I'm struggling with this. It's like more of a paper. What do you call the thing where they put it over the thing? It's like
seal?
the seal that goes over top of the cork.
Yeah, the paper seal.
I'm sure there's a word for it, a name for it. But this one's more papery.
Okay.
It's like
Aren't they all papery?
they're like clothy, like
Oh.
like
like
cloth
money?
paper.
Like money?
Yeah, like money, like that kind of paper. Yeah, yeah. And I had to use the old
The old knife.
Kershaw Leak 20 CV titanium special edition.
We're also a knife podcast now.
All right, here we go for everybody listening.
Oh,
nice.
okay.
That wasn't
Okay.
too bad.
That was pretty good.
Sounded
Yeah,
pretty
that was
good, actually,
I mean,
on the
it's,
mic.
it's not a Scotch pop, but it's a good pop.
It ain't a Scotch pop. We should make a shirt.
Ain't a Scotch
Not a
pop,
Scotch
Ain't a Scotch pop.
but it'll do.
Poured myself a decent knock. Oh, let me go Nick, and then I'll go Steve. I'll be the middleman because I am right in the middle. Okay, you get set up here. I was just telling the fellas, I'm just so excited to be sitting here drinking and smoking.
I know
It's just a good time for that.
it is.
Today is a good day for that. It's cold, it's rainy. It's not that cold. It's warming up. But it's a good day to drink and smoke, like most days.
Like
Like most
yeah.
days. Most days that end in Y, you know?
So we poured the stuff. Now we got to pop the tin
Now we got to pop
for
the
the
tin.
tobacco.
Yeah, what are we smoking?
So I picked this one, didn't I?
Oh, let's look at the
Yes.
picture.
Let's look at the picture
Yes,
real
you
quick.
did.
I think I did. But I just the way it was moved the other way, so I was like, wait, let me make sure. I'll wait to say
Yeah.
anything. Yes,
It's
that is
that
okay.
one, yeah.
So with this one, did we say what we're drinking yet?
Not
Did we say
yet.
the name
We,
of it?
we haven't. We haven't said the name of it at all
No,
yet.
just that it's a new
we
bottle.
said we have a rye
And a rye.
and a rye, and that's it. We're going to be drinking Ruddells Mill. It is a Kentucky straight rye whiskey. It is out of Kentucky Straight Rye, sort of. Company is out of New Jersey, but the juice is from Kentucky. 94.4 proof. Yeah,
I think it said what 6 years at least.
it is.
I think
at
that's the
least-
other
At
one.
least 6.
Is it
Was that the other one? Oh, maybe that
I
one.
think that's
doesn't have it.
that's the other one.
Oh,
yeah.
that one doesn't have an age.
No, this one does not have an age statement.
So we're guessing.
We're guessing.
We're guessing.
So
Looks like a decent
but
looking
it does.
bottle. Looks
It's a
cool.
very nice looking bottle. I do really like the label. I think it's good looking. Ruddells Mill is like kind of the flagship for this company. So this is the main name that you'll see on any of their stuff. Yeah, we don't know the age on it, but excited to try it.
Okay.
What do we smoke with it?
So we're gonna smoke. We're gonna smoke the Royal Yacht mixture.
The Royal Yacht.
But not just any Royal Yacht. If anybody knows this, it used to be what Dunhill Royal Yacht, right? This one is Dunhill Royal Yacht.
It is the OG.
This is not the new Peterson version. This is the actual Dunhill, one of the old tins that is no longer made, that are all bought up.
By
I
you.
don't think you could even by me. You can't even there was a time where you could buy this kind of tin just for a lot of money. I don't think those days are. I think those days are gone. They're just not available. Period. So not only that, this one's from a minute ago. I'd have to look up. There's a way to look up these numbers, but this one, I remember buying this one I want to say 8 or 9 years ago.
Okay.
So, and it's a one of the standard tins, so it's been preserved quite well.
Nice.
So we're gonna pop it. We're gonna smoke it. So if anybody doesn't know the Royal Yacht, it's I have to look it up. I'm pretty sure that there's a little bit of. I know it's like a vapor, I don't know what all. Can you look that up real quick, Steve, and tell me
Yeah.
what the blend is? I know that there's Virginia and Perique. I don't know if there's dark fired in here, but there might be. I can't quite remember. It's been a while since I've smoked Royal Yacht. It's a potent blend. It's not for the faint of heart.
Not for the faint of heart, which is what we like. We do not have a faint heart.
I'm pretty sure that goes for the whiskey and for the tobacco. We go for the extreme
people,
stuff.
You know how many of these Dunhill tins I've thrown away that people collect the empty tins now? Because it's just they don't make it anymore. Oh, you know what I mean?
It is apparently a blend of Empire Virginias topped with a plum essence.
Plum essence. That sounds about right. Is that all they say that's in it?
That is all they say that's in it. Yeah.
I want to say that there's a little bit of, but maybe it's just a hair or something, or maybe it's not. Maybe it is a straight Virginia. But when you smell this, you'll understand why I don't think it's just a straight Virginia.
Going to a different site, they do say it is Virginias. Some of them are dark fired Virginias, so there is some dark fired Virginia in it, but it is a straight Virginia with a plum essence.
You want to give that a smell,
to
Nick?
it.
I know you like to smell them.
Yes, I like the nose.
You can actually smell that. You know, most Virginias have a little raisiny, little grass or something.
Yeah.
That is plum,
That's very plummy.
but it's not for
I can
anybody.
smell it from here.
Yeah, it's
Like
really
it's
good.
not. It's not an aromatic plum.
No,
you know what I mean.
no.
It's like
It's a natural plum.
Yeah. They don't put it's not a goopy mess.
Yeah.
This is actually going to smoke pretty well.
Nice.
Feels like it came at a pretty decent temperature or moisture content.
Yeah. So for our bottle here, the rye, it is I don't have a mash bill. I just know it's rye with a little bit of barley. So it's primarily a rye. I don't have an age statement. It's a malted barley that's added to it. The little write up on their website says Rundle's Mill Kentucky Straight Rye is derived from the high rye mash bill and just a touch of malted barley. It's a rye mash bill that would have been common in the late 1700s and would today be considered a high rye.
Did they
This
say
is sounding
rye?
very
I think they
interesting.
may have mentioned there was rye involved.
High rye,
High
Maybe
Steve.
rye.
that's how they do
High
it
rye.
in New Jersey.
that is straight AI. Is
Do
what
they
that
repeat
is.
themselves in New Jersey? Is that a thing?
Is this a new company?
It is a fairly new company. So they came out with this bottle in
It's aged 3 years, guys.
age 3 years. Okay.
Yeah, you really gotta want it and gotta look for it.
Got it.
I mean, on the back of this label, it's all white
Oh, it's on
print,
the bottle. Okay, I thought you
but
looked
then
it up on-
in very dark black or blue print, small, says aged 3 years. Don't you think that would be
Seems
something
they're
you
a
want to
little
like?
embarrassed by the size
Right.
of it. It's like showering with your underwear on and pub. You know what I mean? There's always that one kid in a group. They don't have
Look
group
at me,
showers
guys.
anymore. But yeah, it's like, dude, you just gotta own it, man.
No, this bottle came out in 2021. So they're relatively new. They came out with a couple more bottles, like a double cask sort of stuff, and in 2022. So they came out with a couple more things after it. The bourbon came out in, I believe, 2020. And so that's when they kind of started up. The company is called Covered Bridges Whiskey Company. And this bottle is named after a covered bridge.
I was gonna ask you what the name was.
Yep, it's a covered bridge in Kentucky. According to their the research I did on the bridge to try to find out about this thing, it was named after Isaac Rudell, which is Rudell, probably Rudell.
Ruddle?
Rydell High.
Rydell High. He was a pioneer in Kentucky. He founded a grist mill on Stoner Creek
Okay.
and South Fork Licking River, which created Bourbon County's first industrial district. And there on that mill is where this covered bridge was put up. And it was there until 1960s, 64, I think it was, when it was destroyed by arson.
Well, that's why
64,
we can't have
destroyed
nice
by arson.
things.
That's why you can't have nice things. So,
Probably because of the stoner.
right, just it's the
Yeah, that's
Stoner
probably
Bridge.
What happened. Somebody had a little weed get
It
away
was
from
the
them.
Stoners, man.
It was my roach. Burned down a historical landmark.
Yeah.
Glad you had a good time. Smells like not a whole lot of anything.
The flavor.
On the
Okay,
nose.
so I haven't had any whiskey to drink for probably 2 weeks now, and just been drinking unsweet tea. This is maybe because of that. It's got something going on
More
with
of a
it.
smell.
Well, the smell. It smells like MGP, like a 95.
That's what I'm saying. It kind of just smells like.
But the flavor, I can't figure that out.
Well, let me dive in.
Okay,
Let me take a little sippy here.
Steve, you're saying they're out of New Jersey, right?
Jersey, yep.
What's interesting is nowhere on this bottle do they say that.
Well, yeah.
Nowhere they say they're
Starting
out
to
of
see a
Bardstown,
pattern.
Kentucky.
Right.
Produced and bottled by the Covered Bridges Whiskey Company, Bardstown, Kentucky.
And Covered Bridges Whiskey Company is
A front.
it's a maybe yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Like it is one of those. It's one of those like investment company sort of bottles. So they're nobody knows who owns them. It's all just a bunch of money guys that own the
Like
thing.
a slumdog.
Just a Slumdog Millionaire sort of deal. And so they're the ones that own it. And they have a couple other spirits. They have a lot of wine spirits.
They're just hitting all the different angles.
Right, exactly. But when all the marketing around this bottle is just about Covered Bridges. And so
They really like Covered Bridges.
the company is there.
Over troubled water?
The company is there. I think they're in Madison County.
Madison County. I got that one. I think Nick got that.
I did not.
The Bridges of Madison County. It's a Clint Eastwood movie. Is one of his much softer drama-y ones.
Much softer.
So he's a photographer that goes around taking pictures of bridges in Madison County. So like all the research, all the stuff about them is just about bridges, and the bottles are named after bridges.
Kind of limits how many bottles. You
There's
can
right. There's I mean
Well, they got a Golden Gate.
there's a decent number
San
of
Fran.
well they're all covered bridges. So they're not even those
Oh,
ones.
so that wouldn't even count.
Yeah, none of those would even count.
What was the bridge in Sleepy Hollow? Was it named something?
Oh, I don't know if it was or not.
The
It
Hollow
might not have
Bridge.
been.
Yeah, Sleepy Hollow covered bridge.
Sleepy Hollow Bridge. Just like their church is probably Sleepy Hollow
Right,
Baptist
yeah.
Church.
It's the SH.
Sleepy
Yeah.
Hollow
S and
Post
H.
Office.
Yeah, just
The Shh Bridge.
and so that's really all there is about the company is it's because they don't talk about anything else. They just talk about these bridges. There is at least one other bottle that they make. Let me
Or
see if I
even
can-
produce.
yes, produce. Yeah,
That they
these are
put
all,
out.
these are
I don't
all
wanna rub it in,
sourced.
but-
Yeah. These are for sure all sourced. They
Even
don't
that
they don't
website
personally
looks-
make it. Like I said, the bottle, like it's good marketing. And so like
I'm starting to see what's going on here. It's just some people that had some money and they wanted to invest it into something that was going to make a little something.
this
and
is
they
the
got
time
in on
to
the
do
bourbon,
it.
the bourbon boom, and they have
Exactly.
nothing to do with it. But they did throw their money to some people that kind of knew what they were doing, and they're kind of managing it from
Yeah.
from a distance.
Yep.
Type
Their
of deal.
only whiskeys are this one, Ruddells Mill. They have a bourbon, a rye, and then like I said, they have a double rye or a double cask. And then they also have Pigeon River Tennessee Sour Mash Whiskey.
Pigeon River.
Pigeon
I'm
River.
sorry.
Pigeon Ford.
What
I don't know. Yeah.
what I'm more focused on is not the Pigeon River, but the fact that it's Tennessee.
Yeah.
What happened to the Kentucky stuff?
Well, here's
Well,
the thing.
that's what this one is. Rudel.
Wow.
They just want a bridge.
Right, we
They
just
don't
we
really
want a
wanna-
bridge
they're
between
looking for
Tennessee and
bridge-
Kentucky.
Yeah, whoever's paying is looking for bridges so they can keep their
Yeah.
that's
that's the thing.
theme going.
That's this Pigeon River. It's Pigeon River covered bridge,
a
also
bridge.
known as McNuts,
which I can see why they wouldn't name it that.
Sorry, that's legit.
yeah, MCUTT.
Actually, I think I would have bought a bottle of McNuts.
right, which is the oldest.
I think that would have been the first one I'd go after.
It's the oldest standing covered bridge in Tennessee.
Okay.
So that's
There you go.
That's the reason for the name. The liquid's not from there. It has no connection to the liquid, other than it is also made in Tennessee.
Dude, you know that bridge was built with the blood, sweat, and tears of some guy who, like, right when it finished, they were putting two boards together or something. He jumped, got me nuts,
McNuts.
got McNuts. Yeah, then that was it. They were like, that's what we're naming it. Dude, even that bridge looks kind of legit.
Yeah,
That looks like the Sleepy Hollow Bridge.
if you go to their website, they are part of the National Society for the Preservation of Covered Bridges.
There's
so
a society for that.
there is. So yeah, I mean,
that.
like I said, the bridges seem to be the primary function.
Who
of
sits
these
on the
whiskeys.
board of that?
I don't know,
society?
but I bet it's Thurman and Ethel.
Yeah, Thurman and Ethel. Yeah,
That'd
They
be my
have
guess.
an annual meeting at the local Cracker Barrel.
What's interesting is when we first started getting into whiskey, Chris, we were in that time period where people weren't necessarily saying that it was sourced. They were kind of hiding the fact that it was sourced.
It was the age of non-transparency.
Yes.
And transparency became a big thing, and either people backpedaled or they got out or they started being transparent.
But now we're getting back into the age of semi-transparency. Because you're starting to get companies like these that they're not necessarily saying where they're getting it from, but they're also not cohesive in what they're putting out.
But I think these kinds of companies are dying off, and I don't know how much longer this one will last, to be honest with
So
you.
that's a big thing. I was about to say, when I was at Tipsy's this past weekend, he's got a bottle of Cascade Blonde. Bottle called Cascade Blonde. Cascade Blonde whiskey.
Blonde,
Like a blonde
Okay.
hair, yeah.
Kind of sounds like a movie.
It does sound like a movie.
On the bottle, it says Cascade Hollow Distillery. But it's produced for a company that's out in New Jersey.
Called Cascade Blonde.
So who is it's much like this. Like who are you? What do you do?
Dickel, but it's
But
owned
it's not
by
Di-
some
but
company
it's not
that's
Dickel.
paying Dickel to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But why would you put
Which
Cascade
actually-
Hollow on the bottle without if it wasn't yours? If it wasn't Cascade Hollow's, why would you put produced
Dude,
by
I really think
distilled by Cascade
like,
Hollow?
all joking aside, and maybe it's not to this level, but if you were looking to kind of funnel some money around, maybe wash it up a bit, you know what I'm saying? It's probably not a bad way to go, right? Because money's changing hands here, there, and everywhere. And then you do these certain things, and I mean, but maybe not. But I do think it's a rather large, rather private corporation that's probably finding opportunities like this one, many opportunities like this one, to invest in, if that makes sense. Is that washing money? I don't know. Probably not. Maybe.
It's getting rich.
It's getting rich, yeah.
So-
Because the thing is, they could pull the plug at any time, and they're not out anything because they're paying other companies to do it. And on the off chance people are going to buy this stuff, they're gonna win. And if they don't buy this stuff, they're going to win because at some point those bottles will get, bought up by stores or whatever. But I think that's what it is.
When we jumped into that era of wanting transparency because no one really talked about where they were getting their whiskey from or if it was theirs or not theirs, were the bottles super marketed?
Yeah, it was highly marketed.
I feel like they're generically like bland.
Well, I think for the time, if you remember, some of those bottles were super cheese, and now the way bottles look are just different. It's almost like they've gone back to a classier look, and that's made them look more high end. But you're talking, the time you're talking about, they were kind of coming out with some really off the wall like bottle shapes and
Fair,
styles. Do you remember that?
yeah,
It was
yeah.
And it was a lot of marketing. Like a lot of those bottles were just heavily marketed. And anything that was a collaboration between this rock star and this bourbon or whatever was the same way. It was all like loud. Yeah. And they're not really coming out with stuff like that anymore.
Not as much. No, it's gone more, like you said, classier. It's gone kind of old school, kind of westerny a little bit.
It's got that Western feel.
Yeah.
Like that song. You like that song? Bartho Union? That's a good song.
So yeah, I like the look of the bottle. I think it's a really slick looking bottle. Just maybe a little slippery. It may not be
Not in a good, not like a slip and slide type of way.
right. So
It's a very friendly rye.
it is a very
It's
friendly
not
rye.
exactly looking at the bottle
But see,
itself.
that's, to
It's not
me,
what I would expect.
is a not a compliment.
No, right.
You know what I mean? A very friendly
Rye's
rye.
not supposed to be. When I say friendly rye, this is like watered down,
like a limp handshake.
Yeah. This is not friendly.
like a
Like,
slightly moist limp handshake.
Liberty
That you're
Pool
kind
does
of
a
like wiping on your pants. Like, I don't know if I want to know that guy.
Liberty Pole does a very friendly rye.
Yeah,
Journeyman
but
does a very friendly
it's
rye.
flavorful.
Yes, it's a very different kind of friendly. This is like a limp handshake. This is like, I'm not sure if I like you right now, but I'm going to shake your hand out of courtesy kind of feel.
And it tastes all of.
Yeah, I feel like there's something going on, but I don't know what it is.
Well,
And it could just
let's
be
do
me.
this. Let's talk about this. This is made in Bardstown, correct?
They're based out of Bardstown, but I
yes,
don't
it
know if
doesn't
it's
say, but
Maine.
Looks like it's
Probably,
distilled
yeah.
in Bardstown, right?
Yeah. Well,
I would assume
it's distilled in Kentucky. We don't know
Somewhere in
where, but
Kentucky.
I would assume it's
Let's
Bardstown.
play though. Where do you think it's made from, game?
I think
Because-
Bardstown.
Yeah, but you mean
Yeah,
like
Bardstown bourbon.
1792
Yeah.
or Bardstown
I
Company?
think Bardstown Company.
Oh, Bardstown Company. Well, their stuff's so expensive. How much is this bottle? Well, I'll tell you how much I would pay for it, but how much was
it's about
it?
$50.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a hard time believing that's from Bardstown. For 50
Well, they
bucks.
do a lot of sourcing though.
Sourcing?
For
Don't
50,
they?
I could see this being Bardstown for 50.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe without their name on it. kind of a
Yeah,
deal.
without
Yeah.
the name on it, I could
Okay.
see it being 50.
It just doesn't taste a whole lot like their stuff, but
you don't
maybe.
think so? Yeah.
It does.
Well, maybe
you're right.
because their
So-
stuff is all like finished this and finished that.
Well, did you know that? So Bardstown recently purchased.
Green River.
Yes, they
Yeah.
bought Green River, which the distiller for Green River, which is now under Bardstown, came from MGP.
Well, that checks out.
Yeah, came from MGP.
I think you're ringing the bell on that one.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what this is.
So, which is 95.5. That's their common mash bill. But this doesn't taste like a normal 95.5 MGP rye to me. It's not as bitey.
Well, what's the 5 and is it barley?
And barley.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
That's their standard 95 and 5. It doesn't taste like MGP. There's a little bit something else going on.
There is. That's what I'm saying. I can't figure out what that something else is because it doesn't fit.
But I will say the aftertaste is very similar to an MGP.
Yes.
Like very similar.
Very similar to
The way,
it.
I mean, and not just the taste of it, but the way it finishes out very quickly, rapidly kind of leaves your mouth.
Yeah, very rapid. It's a very short.
Like a
finish.
very, very, very rapid
Yeah.
kind of a thing. Like a fart
It comes
in
and
the wind.
goes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it has just that touch of rye at the back end. Or, well, I guess all the way through. There isn't much of a back end. It's just like I said, it's kind of
No.
one. Like I said, it's very fast. It's in and out. So
Yeah, if this was a ride at an amusement park, it'd be like the bumper cars. You ever noticed by the time takes so long to set up the bumper car ride, then they go and it's over very quickly. You ever noticed
yeah,
that?
you can't get across the thing.
I never noticed that as a kid, but being an adult now, watching my kids do
It's
it,
frustrating, isn't
it's
it?
it takes longer to set everybody up and go around and do their checks than it does for I want to time it next time because I was like, that thing was over in like 2.5 minutes, maybe. It's a very quick ride.
Yeah.
For all the setup involved. And I'm like, and do you really need to check them that much? Like they're going like
You're gonna be fine.
you're going about 1.5 miles an hour.
No one's going to go flying the minute they
If
get hit.
that. Like you're going very slowly in a very tight. There's not a whole lot of room
There's
to
not.
operate.
There's not.
It's not like there's any straightaways that you can pick up speed or anything. It's very, very not much going on ride. But then they check them like they're about to go on the Indy 500.
Right.
Like, let me make sure this is on. And then
Yeah.
they lay down all the rules. Like,
Yeah.
dude, all you really need to do is keep your hands inside the car
Right.
because you don't want those to get smashed.
Right. Yeah, that would hurt. But I also remember as a kid being like, man, I am just going a mile a minute. I'm running around this place and I am slamming into people.
That's one of those things. I think that's part of getting robbed as an adult.
Yeah.
Right? That's the stuff when you're an adult you realize, oh man, I it's over. You know what I mean? Like, because when you're a kid, bumper cars is so much fun. Then as an adult, you're like, that is really not anything. But it's perception, right?
Yeah.
And that does suck. Like you're like, I can never go back to that where something so simple was so amazing.
Yeah.
I'm way past it.
It's kind of like the
That's
teacup.
depressing.
It's kind of like the teacup ride,
Yeah.
like spinning around in circles. As a kid, you're like, "This is so much fun." As an adult, you're like, "Stop
You're
this
like,
from
"Don't
spinning,
throw
please."
up.
I
Don't
will.
throw
I
up.
will throw up. It's going to
Like,
happen.
somehow, this is way too much.
You're way less worried about what it looks like throwing up in public as a child than you are as an adult, obviously. You know what I mean? But let's talk about the tobacco a little bit since this is just ho-hum on the whiskey front. What do you think, Steve?
I like the tobacco a lot. And I think because of that plum topping, it adds a touch of sweetness to it. that I think is maybe helping out the whiskey a little bit too. Because like if I hold the whiskey in my mouth, it's kind of on the sweet side for a minute, and then goes into the rye when you swallow. And I don't know if that's the whiskey or if it's the tobacco going with it.
Could be. The plum is very much a a natural type of.
Yeah.
It's there the way that a banana is sweet. You would never be like, oh, bananas are sweet, right? But they are. when
Right,
you
they
think
are.
about it.
Yeah.
So it's the plum is there in the way that you would miss it if you didn't know about it.
Yeah.
But once you know about it, it's there. But it adds something to the Virginias, which are just very well done.
Exactly. It really is. It's a very good tobacco. I like it a lot.
It might be one of the most easy smoking Virginias out there too, for being pretty much a straight Virginia. And then you can tell this one's got some age on it because it's got it's a bit like it's not harsh.
Yeah.
And it's matured. You can tell this is matured. It's more complex flavor, not harsh for Virginia.
I would agree with that. And it's and Virginia kind of is your just kind of standard tobacco sort of flavor. So it doesn't like hold a lot of flavor a lot of times. But you're right, with that age, it does add it distinguishes it a little bit.
Yeah, Virginia can be a temperamental bitch. I mean, there's just no way around it. If you don't know what you're doing, you'll hate it and you'll burn your mouth up. If you really know what you're doing, you appreciate it. But it's a lot of work to smoke them right or age them. If you don't age them, especially, you can tell. I mean, if you're not careful, they burn super hot and they will bite you, and you'll lose the flavor too. It's like you have to smoke them just right and you have to pack them just right. Yeah. This one's a lot less
Honestly, it's
finicky.
it's not as temperamental, and it's not hot. It's not burning hot at all for me.
And again, I don't know if that's the age. I've never had Royal Yacht that was aged. I've always had it fresh. I remember always liking it, but I do remember finding it harsher if you weren't careful, and a little younger tasting. But this thing is just, I don't know if it would burn you even if you tried. Like it's just burning very cool.
It really
and
is.
It's staying lit.
It is. If I wasn't talking, I don't think I would have had to relight it at all.
Yeah, it's good. Overall, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Final thoughts on the whiskey because there's just not a whole lot to talk about.
There really isn't. It's unfortunate.
So I'm.
What is the story of where you got?
I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, I want to hear about how you got it, why you got it.
Yeah.
So Steve and I were talking. Steve and I do a lot of the bottle picks for the podcast. Chris kind of knows this.
I'm more of a show up and
give your honest opinion kind of guy. Yeah. So Steve and I were talking about how do we help guide through this year, plan out bottles, because I'm a big planner. And we thought, well, it would be a really good idea to take what we had as our predictions, our hopes for the year, and pick bottles that kind of encompass that. So Steve's was different grain, like some kind of different grain or mash, something weird, unique kind of thing. Because we had finishings. People are really kind of getting tired of the finishings. We're wearing them out. So we want something unique grain-wise. Yeah. Chris was Canadian. Canadian done well. Yeah, Canadian done well. Whether that's by a Canadian company or an American company, just Canadian done well. I had the idea, so I looked at Liberty Pole and what they do, and I guess the idea around Liberty Pole and for the year was looking at craft distilleries doing things right. And craft distilleries really showing their potential for more, for something, to put themselves above the big names, right? I was in Indiana. This is around Christmas time when I got this with my family. And we went into Citywide Liquors. Do you remember Citywide Liquors in Mishawaka?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we went in there, and they had Parker's Heritage American Single Malt. Steve, I actually... I asked the price tag. It was sitting on the shelf. That was about $500-$600, and I said, "Nope, not doing that one."
No, that's okay.
But I went looking through, and I actually got the bottle that we're gonna have next. I got these two together. The one that's sitting that we're having next, that's the one that I picked. Mary saw this and said, "Ooh, this is enticing. It's got crafted. It's small batch. It says crafted small batch literally on the label." So
that means it must be.
It sounds small craft. I mean, like a craft distillery, right? And the way that it's written out, the way it looks, it looks kind of crafty, but not the crafty that I want after trying it. So with no research, bought it. I'm disappointed in it because it feels like
A lie.
4-gate without the price tag.
4-gate's good though. Can be.
It can be good,
We've
but
had some
it's one
good
of those that
4-gate.
they do nothing.
get what you're
They may finish it, but they own nothing. They own zero part of the whiskey. It is all bottling and or finishing, and that's it.
Yeah.
So
to me, it's like it reminds me of 8 and Sand or
it's better than 8 and Sand or Tanner's Creek.
Canner's Creek. No, but it reminds me of it.
Yes,
And that bottle actually reminds me of a bottle. I just can't think of what it
Yes.
is, but the colors aren't the same, but it looks very similar to something else.
and I guess I'm trying to figure out. Okay, none of this seems to be legitimate for you as a company. Crafted small batch, you did nothing
It's
for
just-
this.
Yeah.
Well, anytime you put crafted on there, that's BS. Anytime you put small batch on something, that's BS. The only thing that matters on a label like that would be single barrel or barrel pick or those things. But I mean, we've known that for years and years, long time. That small batch and craft, and you can put that on anything. I mean, I always make the joke, right? Like anything coming out of Jim Beam is not small batch. Like so, to put that on anything from a major company is a hilarious joke, right? Right there. You know what I mean? That's like McDonald's coming out with a small batch sandwich. Okay, glad you put that on the thing. It's like putting organic on everything.
The
Some
fact
things
that
just ain't organic.
Steve couldn't find an age. We literally had to go searching almost with a magnifying glass to find
Well,
the age on this
It
bottle.
wasn't easy either for you to find the actual company.
No, yeah, it took a minute to even find that, and so
And then New Jersey's kind
and then
of.
it's just like I said, it's a trust fund sort of company,
Right, there's
It's
no
just
pride in
it's a
this.
money company,
Yeah.
and so
It's a market bottle.
it is. That's it. It's entirely a market, but this is a bottle that is here simply because bourbon is hot, and they wanted to make a bottle.
It's a
and
catfish.
and rye is now hot, so they're
But
throwing
even-
that in there.
Even the flavor of this is bourbon. This is not rye.
No,
This
no.
does not drink like a rye.
No, there's nothing about that that's like rye. You know,
This
what I
is
mean?
high
Like-
rye bourbon right here at its best.
Yeah.
and it's a poor. If you didn't know it was a rye, you'd think it was just a subpar bourbon, like a kind of a I don't think I could give this to anybody and they'd be like, "Ooh, that's rye." You know what I mean?
Unless they really hated rye.
I mean, even if you hate it, there's not enough flavor in there for me to. I mean, the ingredients are rye, but it just doesn't taste like anything. That's like
Yeah, I mean, companies like this, like we've ran into a few of these that are like this.
that are like a sugar cookie without the sugar.
Yeah. And like these, I'm hoping that now that bourbon is dying out, these companies are going to die with it. I like it. I think the money's going to run out on it, and these guys will just disappear.
The people that are buying this are probably just one-timers.
Yeah.
They find it, they get bamboozled, they buy it, they're done.
Exactly.
Right, and that's why these companies only last for a few years. They end up on the last call shelf, and it's because these stores have already bought the bottles, and now they have to do something with them.
Which is funny because I feel like for these companies, they're actually spending more money than craft distilleries do to put out good bourbon, to put out good whiskey.
In a way, I think they're playing the numbers. I think that they're doing it in a way that they actually, even if they're making like pennies on the bottle, they're still making out. Because if you think about it from an investment standpoint, say you invest $1 million into something and you just make like a couple pennies on each unit, you're still going to come out with a return that is higher than your initial investment. And as long as you get that initial investment plus the return, it's always good business.
Yeah.
That's always a profit.
And I don't know if this is true exactly or not, but I think that most people that are into craft whiskey are probably like us and like you, where you see it, it looks kind of interesting, and you buy it. You don't do a whole lot of research before you pick it up. It's a craft distillery. There probably isn't a lot of research for a lot of it. So just
Or the research that's out there, the reviews are going to be like, oh, it's terrible. Or I don't know that I'd go after that one.
So you pick it up and you try it, but then you try it once and then you don't go back and you won't get it again.
Right. That's
So-
probably 3/4 of the people that are into bourbon.
Yeah.
That think that they're into bourbon, and they are into bourbon, but they don't do any of the research. And like you said, they might pick it up on a random and then be like, okay, I'm not going to get it again.
Right.
That's still like a lot of people that are like, air
That's a
quotes
lot of
into
first
bourbon.
buys.
Yeah.
And I think bottles like this one won't have a lot of second buys.
I don't think they will. And if they do have second bottles, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think it's going to die out kind of thing. But the fact that you only have a bourbon and a rye, You've been around since what, 2021, you said?
21 is when the bourbon came
Okay,
out.
so
or when
20
the rye came out.
So 2020? You came out in 2020
Right about there.
ish.
Mhm.
Okay, we are well past just bourbon and rye at that point. We are going
they
into
don't need
finishings. We're going into
All they have to do at this kind of company, all they have to do is tell whoever their supplier is what they want, and they put it in a bottle and they sell it. That's it. So for them, I think it was just nothing more than putting down on paper and having the board vote which kinds of products do we want. That's it. You know what I mean? They weren't even creative enough to sit around and think about, okay, now we do want to do a finish. We do want to do this. They don't care. It's literally like, give me a bourbon and, give me these types of whiskeys based on the numbers that our accountant pulled, or whoever pulled the numbers of the best-selling liquors right now. Give me one of these things,
Yeah,
and then that's it.
And that's exactly what they did. Because
No heart, no soul.
the next two bottles that came out in 2022 were double cask, which is the next hot thing, and it
popular
came out in
thing.
2022.
2022. There you go.
Yep,
They're following trends.
And they haven't put out anything since then.
Nothing since then. Not under the Ruddells Mill. I'm not sure when the Tennessee came out, but those are the only two things they made.
I mean, it's like AI. They probably asked AI, like, what is a good theme for bourbon? And they were like, covered porches.
Yeah,
covered bridges.
And that thing that I read you was completely AI. Just it mentions high rye 3 different times.
Yeah, that was
in a
AI. You could
paragraph.
tell that was AI.
Yeah.
Like, how many times are you going to repeat
And that's
yourself?
2021 AI. Like, that's what that was.
Not as good.
Yeah.
That ain't meta.
Yeah, exactly. That was the bad AI back in the day.
That was the chat GBT crap or whatever it was.
So that's my story of how I got this and why I got it.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious in your guys' thoughts on the bottle, the price, or sorry, the bottle, right? The flavor, B, the price, and C, would you ever pick this guy up again?
So for me, having it now, I will for sure never buy it.
Were you thinking about it before?
If I would have walked into a liquor store and saw that label, I would have been interested. For $50, which is a pretty middle ground.
Definitely for cheaper, right?
Yeah. If it would have been 40, it would have been a no-brainer. I think I would have got it.
20, 30,
Yeah.
1,000%. Yeah.
At 50, you're kind of up in the middle there, but on the label there it says it's craft, right?
Crafted small batch.
Craft and small batch. And so if it is a small company, which I've never had anything by these guys before,
Right. I've never seen them
before, so it is a small company. So now it has small company tax. So now $50. Okay. So I might take a stab at it. But after drinking it, I would never buy it again. I wouldn't buy it for $20.
It'd end up on the dud shelf.
It ends up on the dud shelf. I would bamboozle somebody else the way you bamboozled me at the beginning with my 8 and sand.
With Tanner's Creek?
Right,
Or
8 and sand, yeah, or Tanner's Creek. Hell, Tanner's Creek's better than this.
Yeah. So
I don't want to put it down too bad, but what I would say is, I would say it's a decent mixing bottle for like $20. However, there are better mixing bottles for $20. Yeah. That's my assessment. Right. So that's kind of harsh, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. There's certain bottles, Chris, that you're like, I don't want to put it down too bad. There's bottles for me that I don't care after a certain point. This is one of those that I don't care to put you.
Oh no, it was a joke. Yeah, like I basically just backhandedly said that there was $20 bottles that are better than this.
But it made me think, like, I don't care to put you down because I'm not sure that there's anything to put down. There's no pride in this.
We wouldn't be hurting their feelings.
No,
they're like,
right, exactly.
We already got our money, and we're already we're actually already dissolved that company.
Right.
Like it's I don't. Yeah.
That's after most episodes, we usually send the episode to whatever company it is we do, and just kind of let them know we did it.
This company might be surprised that we even got their bottle.
Yeah, exactly. And like,
we probably wouldn't be able to find an email.
If I were to email them, if I do email them, like, one, I don't think a single human will ever read it, and two, even if they did, they wouldn't care. Honestly, you know what? The real honest answer is, I think what would happen is I would send it to them, be like, "Hey, we just reviewed your bottle on the podcast," and they would send me back a thank you and probably send us hats, because they would have they'll never listen to it.
Right, exactly. They wouldn't care.
We just crapped all over it.
Well, I don't even know if they'd do that. It'd probably be an AI generated message. We could probably send them something like, "Your bottle sucks. We reviewed it. We really didn't like it." All these things. Then it would be an AI message back like, "So glad you enjoyed our bottle." blah, 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 blah. Good to hear from our fans. It would have been a complete computer generated thing. Like, okay, that's probably exactly what would happen.
Yeah.
Which is so
Which
sad
we'll
to
do
me.
it. I'll let you know.
Yeah,
We'll find. Yeah, we'll keep you guys posted if you want to find out about this.
Yeah. Send us a text. Let us know.
Yeah, we'll post it. I don't care.
Mhm.
We'll put it right up there.
No, yeah, companies like this, like I don't mind shitting on companies like this because like I said, they're not a real whiskey company. They're here to make a buck, and then they'll go on to the next thing. Whatever next spirit is hot, tequila, whatever. They'll come out with a tequila bottle, and it'll
They probably have their hand in a few different chains.
There's
of
probably
fast
a
food or
covered
something.
bridge in Mexico.
Dividing America and Mexico, but it's still
tequila,
covered.
covered bridge. The local lore
That's their
says
main thing is the covered bridges.
the local lore says it's been there since before America was
At the
founded.
bridge.
They'll get into pergolas for Japanese whiskey. I don't know, but like, and so yeah, this is an unfortunate bottle. There's not a lot of research. The whiskey isn't great. The saving grace of this episode is this fantastic tobacco.
The tobacco is good.
Yeah.
Tobacco is great. I hate to, put her down. I don't want to put the pipe down. I'm only like halfway through this.
I know,
bowl,
right?
But
Do you want more? You can have more whiskey with the pipe if you'd like.
yeah, we'll see how thirsty I am after we're done with this podcast. I'd have to be parched. We'll see. There's more to drink and more to smoke.
And so I do have higher hopes for our next bottle. At least on the whiskey, or at least on the research end, there's some good stuff with it. So at least on that end, we'll have something interesting to say. We'll see if the whiskey's any good. But
Steve, you did say on the episode for the January 1st, right? So the predictions. So you did say that you were hoping to find more duds this year.
yeah, I expected to find some duds.
I think we
this would
this
count.
fit in that dud for you in
This
your
would
mind?
count.
Well, you're
Yeah.
the one that spent $50
Yeah,
on
this is
it.
your dud.
This is
your dud. But I will like what I meant by that, and what I mean by that is I want to try new things, and so again, this is a bottle that if I would have seen it on a shelf, I probably would have picked it up. And
It's
and
enticing.
it would have been a dud for me because, like I said, I really like the look of the bottle, and they did kind of help themselves by not telling this big story about a covered bridge on the back of it. Yeah. It doesn't have that standard kind of
AI wasn't able to generate a label.
It is on the booklet that they give you, and
there is a little booklet
they do
there
tell
about
you
the bridges.
That it will stand out in a cocktail.
Well, hey, at least they
A
know.
$50 bottle, and they're talking about mixing it with a cocktail. That just shows you their confidence. I mean, come on.
Their very last thing is the distinct spicy profile will stand out in cocktails.
That is if that's not a computer writing a blurb about something, I don't know what is, dude. You didn't even drink all yours, Steve.
I haven't yet. No, I will. Like I won't dump
He's
it or
savoring
anything.
it, Chris.
Yeah,
he
I'm
really enjoys
savoring
this.
Yeah, normally we're in like a second pour of something by now,
Yeah, no, this guy's I kind of want to pour a second glass just to make sure I was right and it was bad. Like, am I missing something? Like, did I miss something the first time?
No, like I said, I would feel some way about it if, like I said, they were some sort of a small craft, and you get that those bottles that are these smaller companies, and they just haven't figured it out.
They're really
yet.
trying. Yep.
They're figuring it out. So, and maybe it's sourced or whatever else because they're still trying to figure out their profile and their palate. But in this case, this is just they bought the cheapest barrel they could find, and that's that.
They went on. Yeah. They
Mhm.
moved on with their lives.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think we should move on with ours.
I agree. This
Onward and
honestly might be
upward.
one of the shortest episodes we've had in a
This
very
is a
long
really
time.
short one. I don't know.
Include
Nick's
some
trying to
bullshit.
find things for people to listen to us talk about.
Right.
Like I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, we
Like
got nothing else.
there's nothing
so-
else to say
Nah.
about this.
We could, yeah.
All right.
If you ever
Till
want to hear us talk about life, just let us know. And we could go off on some tangents.
We could.
We could.
But the fact that this brought up no tangents,
No tangents.
that's
Yeah.
a little rough.
That's that's a good point.
Yeah.
People listen for the tangents.
That's a no tangent bottle.
This
right
is
there.
Yeah,
a
this is a
very
no
zero
tangent
tangent.
bottle.
Yes. So dud on all ends.
It's a sugar cookie without the sugar.
Yes. Are we? Oh, sorry. You keep saying sugar cookie without the sugar. I keep thinking, around it's not even the holidays, but the like Meyer or even Kroger sugar cookies that are like almost like shortbread cookies with the thick icing on it. That's what I picture with no icing.
Oh,
That's
no
what
icing,
this
yeah.
is. Where it's like I
Yeah.
really gotta like
It's not so much the taste. I just mean it's basically like a cookie with no soul.
right. It's missing something.
Like what makes it like the definition of a cookie. It's missing that,
Yeah.
which is that's pretty bad.
right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
A sugar
is pretty
cookie without the sugar. What is it at that point?
Yeah.
You know.
So I will allow one tangent now. My sister and cookies. My mom growing up would make cookies on like Monday or Tuesday, like the batter, and then put it in the fridge because she didn't like making cookies. So she knew by like Thursday when it was time to actually cook them, it'd be like half gone. We would have eaten it all
You
out
would
of the
eat
fridge.
you eat the.
Oh, just eat the dough.
Ah.
But because my dad and me and all of us would do
Isn't
that.
it salmonella?
Psst, no.
No.
there's one egg in that. You're fine. So
This is not like a full carton of egg batch.
Right.
So this is just one egg.
but my sister doesn't like chocolate chips in her chocolate chip cookies. She wants the dough, like the
That's
chocolate
the whole
chip cookie
definition
dough.
of
they're
a
not
chocolate
with
chip
no
cookie.
chocolate chips in it.
They're not a chocolate chip
Yeah.
cookie. They're just a cookie.
They're just a cookie.
They're just a cookie.
So that dough that's in the fridge didn't have chocolate chips in it. And so now what happens is that, she cut it in half or whatever and bake part of them without the chocolate chips. The other half got the same amount of chocolate chips that was supposed to be in the whole batch.
Oh, so it's double chocolate.
And so it was like a double chocolate chip. It was fantastic. And
Sometimes it's too much of a good thing is a good thing.
it is. It worked out.
Sometimes, yeah.
God bless Toll House. But, and so, but yeah, my sister was always. That's what I think of with your
Chocolate
with
chip
your
cookies
sugarless
without the-
sugar
yeah.
cookies is chocolate chip cookies without the.
Can I get
chocolate
blueberry
chips.
pancakes? Hold the blueberries, please.
Can I get the blueberry pancakes? Hold the pancake, please.
Yeah, just blueberries.
That is this bottle. Yes.
There we go. We had one tangent now.
One
Now it's-
tangent. We're
now it's-
good.
Now it's an
Yes.
episode.
Now we can move on with our lives.
Right.
Until next time.
Yeah,
Next
stay
time.
tuned for the next episode.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. If you want more great content and other perks, be sure to support the show by clicking the link in the show notes. We can be reached on our website, whiskeychaserspod.com, with any ideas for the show. Thanks again.